men are jealous of women, even the ones with money, not just the broke ones.
Some women need men to be the bad guy. Subscribe, let's talk about it.
Y'all didn't know? All men are jealous of women, even the ones with money, not just the broke ones. Okay? Not just the broke ones. Ones that have money are jealous too. Because once they see you climbing the ladder and like looking like you don't need their help or you don't need to lean on them for anything, they get nervous. They don't want to see you do well, to where they have to hold themselves accountable because they know you'll be out of there in a second and won't play with him. So yes, men with money and resources, they get jealous of women too. They get jealous when they see a woman moving up and making, upward mobility because they want to keep you dependent on them. So they'll start to make remarks about your business. They'll start to try to belittle you and humble you. Don't allow it. Keep going, because he knows once you get on, you're not going to tolerate no mess.
Well, let's start with where we agree. We shouldn't allow anyone to like sort of belittle or humble you in any sort of sense. Outside of, sometimes you get critique and you aren't ready to receive that, and you think that someone's trying to belittle, trying to humble you, but we'll get to that in a second. What we need to understand here is sometimes women need men to be the villain. You need me to be the bad guy, the reason why things are not working out. I'm the boogeyman, in the closet or under the bed, where you have to say all the blame or the reason why things are failing is external, not where I'm supposed to be, or I don't have the things that I feel as if I deserve. Well, it's because of men. It's a convenient fiction that lasts as long as you allow it. Unfortunately, sometimes time is the only medicine for this. And then you begin to realize these things when you're closer to 40 that, hey, maybe there were things I got incorrect. But by then, the ability to go back and change these things is non-existent. In reality, sometimes, yes, insecure men are going to look at you and look at your success and say, damn, I'm trying to tear you down. Life is full of people like that. I think it'd be remiss and be foolish to say that you can't find men that do exactly as you're saying. The only reason that this came across and is worthy of us talking about is because you said all of us. All of us. I have not been jealous of a woman, like maybe ever. I've been inspired by them, right? I've been incredibly inspired by a lot of my friends, their success, their stick-to-itiveness, their accomplishments. It blows me out of the water. And I'm saying, damn, there's more work that I could be doing. I look at it and I say it's an inspiration so I can go back and look at the areas where I'm probably slacking a little. And I consider myself a high drive individual, but there's always, to me, ends up being room for improvement. That's how people, once you get to a certain level, they're not there to tear you down. They're not really your competition. For a lot of us successful men, women are not our competition. We understand we end up competing with an idealized image of what a perfected version of us actually does. Women do not come into that conversation. That's a separate thing where I don't have to derive any type of competition, any type of breakdown. I don't have to tear her down and say, well, your house isn't as big as mine. You don't own as many as I do. Your salary isn't. No, none of that becomes an actual question. We don't look at it like that. One of the reasons why I picked this video in addition to the other was because you hear this often, and I think it's rooted in fear. I think this is a position that you occupy because you are fearful, because you know that's what you would actually do. You look at someone, a man that's making less than you, or you're in competition with him. You're thinking, I have to beat him to prove who I am, that I am his better. And then you think that the rest of the world sort of operates like this. Most of the time, people don't notice you. People don't notice the effort that you're putting in. People are too preoccupied with their own life to say that somehow this woman is a root cause and I have to bring her down. Now, let's understand this, because we can acknowledge that it does exist. If it does, you need to change your circle. You need to change the people around you. Those people that are competing against you in secret or out loud in that sort of fashion are not your compatriots, are not your friends, should not be your lovers. People around you should be celebrating your wins and helping you with your losses. Now, to demonize all of men to this speaks more of you and where you are in life and how you interact with men, how you see this game being played. The rest of us over here don't really mind, don't really care. You're enjoying a level of success, congratulations. Can I learn from you? Can anything that you're doing in your life, can I have success in mind if I adopt these things? No? All right, wish you the best. I don't need to tear you down. I need to call you out of your name in order to make myself feel better. Once you hit that level of success, you realize none of that matters. I just had a conversation yesterday with a good friend of mine, and he was saying one of the reasons he didn't want to be more out there with his YouTube channel is because of racism. I said, let them. Let them. It's just words that people are going to throw at you in order to try to bring you down. It doesn't mean anything. I've never seen people doing better than me hate on me in that way. Because once you get there, you start to realize there's more than enough room at the top. Most people are lazy. Most people are inept. Most people are tired. Most people don't want to do what it takes to get to that level. So there's a level of effort that everyone that makes it recognizes and appreciates with one another. Doesn't matter. The only color that ends up mattering the higher you go is green. That's it. Thinking that all men are jealous, this keeps you in this nice, safe, protected, victimized bubble where it's never going to be your issue. It's never going to be your fault. When you haven't achieved what you were supposed to achieve, according to you, somehow it's centered out the man. This is the problem with dating. This is the problem with men. They're all jealous of us. And you hear it in various sort of conversations. Men are jealous because we can give birth. These are all conversations you have in the absence of men. The way you describe childbirth, the way you describe how arduous it is, I'm not really jealous of that. Right? I'm not really jealous of that. The postpartum, right? The potential cesarean, the potential scarring, I'm not saying that you can lose teeth, your hormones change. Men aren't typically jealous of that. We're kind of comfortable with our position and where we are on the scale of things, but it's easy to place that externally. That means you don't have to change. There's nothing wrong with you. And the reasons why things are not working out for you is because there's a man involved somewhere trying to tear you down. The sad news is a lot of us don't see you. A lot of us don't really recognize, are you doing well in your job? Cool. Yeah, cool. Are you're somehow getting motion, you have enough money to decide what you want to do for yourself? Also cool. Again, we don't want to just, say that it's not happening with lower class men that have this jealous streak. You see that happening. Same way you see people being racist. I'm jealous of what someone else has accomplished because it reflects that I haven't done anything. But again, she said all, even successful men. I guarantee you, successful men at that level do not notice that you're doing well, that you're doing better. Say, congratulations. Can we collaborate? Can we do business together? If not, I just wish you well. Doesn't change my outlook. I don't lose sleep. I don't dedicate hours upon my day to say, man, I can't wait to tear her down. It's just not how we are. Hey, listen, if you disagree, let me know down in the comments below. If you see other videos on your screen, check those out. Let me know your thoughts about those in those videos. And of course, if you're listening to sound my voice now, you have not subscribed, I think you should. We're just trying to build something dope. I'll see you in the next one.